Got the AC going tonight. Apologies about that. Hi! Hello! How has your evening been? I hope it's been good. Mine has been amazing. Just my whole week has been absolutely fantastic. And I have stories to tell you. It's just... Hi, Chris. How you doing? Oh, gosh. You rushed the past 2 hours to get off work for this. You just clocked out and you're out of breath. Thank you. Jeez. That's... Wow. Because when you say that you were, like, rushing, that means you were rushing. Because I feel like with your job, the normal pace is mad rushing. So... Thank you. I am honored. How has your week been? I hope that it's been good. I'm wearing a new shirt today. Feeling good. First time I've ever worn it, and I really like it. So things have been pretty great. It was a wonderful day at school. It was just a wonderful week. And yeah, I'm really happy. I have so much homework due tonight, but that's me in an hour's problem. This is the break that I get. What's been the highlight of your week so far? I would love to know. I really miss having music in the background of these, but it would always like overload my computer. And I mean, one out over the other. I'm sorry. Hi Hannah, welcome to the party. Is this working, by the way? We got audio, we got video. Okay, good. Just making 100% sure, because I have been known to accidentally stream for like 3 minutes with no audio before. Actually, the story that I have to tell, Chris has already heard. So, spoilers. Whoops. Uh-oh. Wait, are we having buffering issues? Are we having buffering issues? Because all of a sudden, I'm seeing buffering issues. Let me check my phone. Because if so, that's very embarrassing. Nope, we're good. Okay, good. I got a notification from YouTube that it was receiving 0 information. I don't know what happened. It seems to have resolved itself. So that's good. Where do I even begin? It's been an intensely busy week, is the thing. Because, oops, I thought that I was all caught up with my homework. Come to realize, oh, there's another section in my textbook that I just didn't see. So I am not, in fact, ahead. I am, in fact, behind. So that's where my entire day yesterday went, is just frantically trying to do math homework. This subject where it is the most difficult to really rush in. Like, I can BS my way through an essay at this point. Okay, it's not going to be good, but it'll be passable. It'll fill up the minimum requirements. There's no real good way to rush math, right? You kind of just do it at the same pace all the time, which in your boy's case was glacier slow. Yes, oh, same, Chris. Yeah, so Chris and I hopped on a call. Well, technically 2, my fault. I had to cut the first one short, which I apologize for, but then we called back again the next day, and it was a wonderful time. It was really good. It was actually shortly after that call that I realized, oh snap, I'm a little bit late. I mean, I missed like a bunch of assignments. But you know what? I did it. And that feels good. I still have so much homework to do after this stream, but I know that I can do it. And that feels really good. I'm also really excited because tomorrow morning... Okay, so... How do I... I have some upcoming traveling that I'm really trying to make sure goes as absolutely smooth as possible with no issues whatsoever, no matter how tiny the chances are. Like, for example, I stopped carrying my passport. Now I have an actual state ID in this little wallet that onto the back of my phone. And another part of that was I signed up for the TSA pre-check, which is exciting because now I have 2 forms of ID that I could easily bring with me. My passport and my my state ID. Beautiful. Perfect. Fantastic. It works out so perfectly. Do I think the TSA PreCheck is a big scam? In fact, the entire TSA agency is a giant scam designed to exploit and take money? I probably shouldn't say anything regarding this before my interview, so no, I think it's all a wonderful institution designed to keep us safe and has no other ulterior motives for existing. And also is very efficient. Yes. But I just want to make sure that absolutely nothing goes wrong. And of course, it only applies in the US. Like, I can't pull up to another country and be like, don't worry guys, I'm TSA PreCheck. Yeah. But just on the incredibly tiny off chance, you know. So that's tomorrow morning at like 7 a.m. Wish me luck. I'm gonna be up way before the sun. Tries to remember what happened last week. I don't even remember. Eliana was sick all weekend. No! And that kind of blurred everything out. I'm sorry. I hope she's doing better now. But we took a fun family walk on Thursday and spent some time working in our downtown area, which is fun. That's cool. That's wonderful. That's really exciting. I'd love to go there and visit. It sounds really cool. And I've never been. I think the most Midwest I've been... Oh, no. The most Midwest experience that I've had has been Nashville, which is not exactly very Midwestern. I take that back. I've been to Kansas City for like a week. Kansas City, does that count as Midwest? I think that's Midwest. Wrong, Casey. Oh, never mind. And yeah, Chris, that's a really fair point. Maybe I was being too harsh. Yeah, that's fair. You're right. Huh. I just found like a weird long black hair. I don't have long black hair anymore. My grandmother doesn't. Have I been carrying this on me from at some point today? Like at school? That's kind of gross. I'm gonna go shower after this. August 2017, you went to Kansas City. Yes, and it was August 2017 that I became addicted to coffee. Thank you very much, Luke. She's better. The fever's gone, which is nice, but she still has a nasty cough and trouble sleeping. I am so sorry. Poor thing. She is too precious to be dealing with that kind of stuff. I am so sorry. We'd love to show you our part of the Midwest. I would love that too. That would be awesome. That would be a lot of fun. June 2017, right after VidCon. Oh, got you. Thank you. Yeah, it was right after VidCon. That was like the best VidCon. I don't have a single bad memory at VidCon. I know a lot of people do. Just me. I think like every time I've been, it's been amazing. And hopefully, I can attend next year. Yo, Cassidy's here. The party can officially begin now. I mean, you know what's kind of funny is the initial reason that I did not go this year was because I thought that I had classes. Then I didn't. I mean, I had summer classes, but they were either over or didn't begin before. They were over before VidCon, that's right. Because I took like a really condensed class. It was like only 4 weeks long. It was ridiculous. I've enjoyed both VidCons. Of course, seeing friends makes the huge difference. You're right. That's exactly what it is. And I've talked with a bunch of friends, and they all agree, like, it's not really VidCon, it's FriendCon. And that's very intentional. That's by design. Not to, like, flex, but, like, I do have a contact that worked in, like, the an organizing thing, and that was very, very intentional. Was like, especially for people that had the purple creator badges, was like in the earlier days of VidCon, it was about meeting, YouTubers, and around like 2014-ish, it kind of shifted to like a time where you're with your friends. And part of that was like the security, on the bigger names getting tighter, so there was nothing else to do but that. But part of that too was just the design. A lot of the, like the rooms we would go and do things together, they were very, very community put together. I don't know a better word for that, but like there was very few places of, I don't want to say privacy, but like where you wouldn't be around people who have the potential for someone else to walk in and see you and be like, oh my gosh, it's you. So that, I don't even remember where I was going with that, but yes, FriendCon. Absolutely. That's what makes the biggest difference. And that's really what's so important. Okay, I'll just remove Diego's comment if it's grossing y'all out. That is that it's not even as much VidCon as just the time hanging out afterwards. Like walking back to the Uber or the Airbnb or the hotel at like midnight, and you're walking and you pass like downtown Disney, or just the nights in the hotel room where you guys are filming videos or just goofing around. Midnight IHOP runs. That's really what it's about. Going shopping at CVS. Yes. CVS. Oh, goodness. That CVS has seen things. Hi, James. How's Susan? She's doing really good. She's really enjoying her job. It genuinely brings her so much joy, and she's always talking about it. She's always like, oh, this, like, I had so much fun. I cannot wait for the next stream. I already have, like, a whole bunch of ideas. Because if you don't know, she streams on TikTok. And it's, like, to promote a product, but she has a lot of fun with the interactions with people. So, pardon me, she's doing really good, and I'm so happy for her. Yeah. Okay, there's a fair amount of people. I can tell you a bit of a story now that I already told Chris. Chris knows this story. But, so, I mentioned my friend group. In fact, I think he's giving me okay to share, like, his name and everything. So my friend Alejo, he is wonderful. We have a little... Okay, so I can tell you the whole story since he okayed it. I think I've actually mentioned this before, how he came up to me and was like, hi, I'm Alejo, do you want to be friends? Let me introduce you to my friend group, which I'm very grateful that he did, because now, like, we have a core group of people. The core group is me, Alejo, and 2 other people. Obviously, we have more people that kind of, like, join that on different occasions, but that is, like, the core group, And so it was his birthday. And so we were going to celebrate, have a little party. And that name sounds so musical. Yeah, it's short for Alejandro. And he's just the greatest. I'm very lucky. Oh my gosh, congrats! That's super exciting. What kind? What? Tell me everything. I want to hear all about this. And I'm so excited for you. So the place that we were having this party wasn't his house. It was actually another one of the friends who had a pool. I have not been swimming in a pool specifically. Because I know I was swimming in the beach over summer. But like, I've not been swimming in a pool and I can't even remember how long. And so I was really excited. I brought swim trunks. Just packed them in my bag that I brought. Didn't really think about it. Now, the actual night of the party, it was wonderful. It was awesome. These are wonderful people, and we had an amazing time. And part of that was everybody jumped in the pool. Now, I had just eaten a lot of food. And just didn't really feel like swimming, and also it was a bit cold, and I'm getting old. I just wasn't feeling like in a swimmy mood. Now, one of our friends, who's a guy, had forgotten his trunks. So I was like, oh, you know what, you can just borrow mine, it's fine. So he did, and everything went well. Had a wonderful time of this party. Apparently it went on till 4 a.m. I was the old geezer who left at 10 because I was sleepy. Technically like 9:45 even. So anyway, I get home and I go to like unpack my bag and I realize, oops, I don't have my swim trunks. He was still wearing them. So technically, I can now say I've been to a college party and left my pants behind. Technically, I can say that. Oh, goodness. That's just a story that I don't think it's good enough to make a whole video about, but I just wanted to share with you because it makes me chuckle when I say that. Maybe I'll make a video. I don't know. I don't know if it's good enough to, but there you are. You know, those crazy community college parties. Oh, goodness, no. But it was a wonderful time, and I'm very grateful. So that was my story from this week. Oh, and also Holton has a 90... Sorry, my tongue stopped working. A 97 Buick. Nice! I know nothing about cars, but I'm assuming that that's good. In fact, shall we look it up real quick? Oh, nice! Yeah! Wait. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Boy, that would make things easier. Yeah! Nice! GG, Holty. That was... I immediately apologize about that. To be fair, you came up with Chris Porter Potty Howard. So, I feel like I can... No, because that's actually a good pun. Crap. Fine, you win. Oh, goodness. What about you? What has been, I guess Cassidy and James... Oh, hey! Yeah, what's been the most exciting, just part of your week? What's been the story that you have? Oh my gosh, Chris, I didn't even realize that. That's hilarious. This just comes natural. One of my friends, two of my friends now, excuse me, have started making puns, and they 100% blame me, and they're like, Chris, you have cursed me. You've spread this like COVID to our friend group. It's just pun. And I can't... It makes me feel good every night laying down knowing that I just made the world a little bit worse. Yeah. Of course, then that comes back to bite me because I have another friend who constantly will pull up that... You know that... So, like, 6 years ago, I made this video that was like 73 bad puns in 5 minutes or something like that. Yeah, this one. And she will not stop pulling it up and playing it all the time. Anytime that we meet someone new, she'll be like, this is Chris. I have to show you something. And I scream. I don't actually, but on the inside, absolutely. Look at this baby who didn't know just anything. Ugh, look at that. Look at that face. I hate it so much. But, I guess that is, what friends do, is harmlessly embarrass each other. My friends and I watched Finding Dory for the first time, and my dog has a baby Dory stuffed animal, so she was obsessed with watching it. Oh, it was so good. I love how they animated the water. Yes! That movie is so pretty. like, regardless of how you feel of the stories of modern Pixar movies, they're so gorgeous. And you know what? I enjoyed Finding Dory. I know a lot of people didn't online. I don't care. It brought me joy. And if it brought you joy, then it's a good movie. Because that's the point. Yeah, so that's awesome. And honestly, that's how I feel about Multiverse of Madness. I really enjoyed it. And I was shocked to see the reviews that people didn't. Or even just the Lord of Power. Excuse the Lord of the Rings of Power. Excuse me, this just became a church service. The Rings of Power show, I really, really like that show. And every time I finish an episode, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to hop on the internet and see what people are saying about it. And people don't like it. I'm like, what? Why? So, like, it's great to look at reviews. But at the end of the day, if you like something, then it's good. It's good to you. And your perception is like the way that you experience the world. It's your reality. It's your perception. So if you like something, that doesn't mean that another person has to like it. But it's good. Don't ever feel bad for liking something that other people think is terrible. There are limits to that, of course. We played Minecraft with Ryan's longtime podcast buddy last night, and he made so many puns. It was fantastic. That's amazing and glorious, and I am so proud. I am so proud. And the Matlocks are taking Eliana to an apple orchard soon. Bring your camera. I say that because, like, we did that. My family did that when I was really, really young. A bit older than Eliana, but not by much. And I still really treasure those photos. It was so pretty. So, yes. Yeah, and talking about liking what you like. Me with the first shall be last. I didn't read that sentence ahead of time. I see what you did. You sneaky. You snuck a little first shall be last in there. I appreciate. Yeah, you liked that movie. You know what? Same. I'm right there with you. I really like that movie. Let's link arms and die on this hill. Like, not perfect, but decent. Most Star Wars fans hate it, and my brother roasts me for liking it. Yeah, I know exactly how you feel and what you're talking about. I still have yet to watch that Andor show. I will. I just legitimately have not had time for anything. I grew up going to one specific apple orchard in Illinois. Lots of fun memories there. Nice. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Same. If you're ever in, like, the Sacramento area, Apple Hill I have not been there since childhood. What is funny is I've looked up photos of it on, like, Google Images, and then, like, Yelp, and or just, like, Google image search Apple Hill, and I'm like looking at it, I'm like, oh, I recognize this. I know where that is, even though I haven't been since I was a child. Holton, you remember Apple Hill? Have you been there since? That would be fun. That'd be a neat little bit of nostalgia. Because we went to Apple Hill together, right? We must have. I was there all the time. Yes. Cassidy, The Last Jedi is my favorite of the sequels. It had so many laugh out loud moments and I enjoyed it so much. Yes. Okay. Can I say an opinion? I really enjoyed The Rise of Skywalker. I know. Look, I saw it in the theater after. Do I think it's good? I have no film analysis skill whatsoever. But I watched it in the theater after like a year of build-up, and it was definitely made for the theater because I was like cheering and whooping and hollering, and I had a great experience watching it. I haven't watched it since, quite frankly. I don't know, maybe if I watched it not with all the hype around it, that I would enjoy it. But that experience was wonderful to me. So there you are. There's my controversial statement of the night. Holton says, yes, I think we did. Yes! Hasn't been in a few years, but haven't been in a few years, but I'm going next month. Nice. I'm so jealous. That's going to be so much fun. And you are going to have just the best time. Please send me pictures, if that's okay. Ah, I miss it. I do remember the caramel apple being delicious, and I am not a caramel apple kind of person. Okay, yeah, and Chris, that's totally fair. Yeah. But thank you, Holton. Thank you. That's just so cool. I'm very happy to say I saw a Star Wars trilogy in theaters, and my friends, sisters, and myself were the only ones in the entire theater, not just our room, to watch Rise of Skywalker. What? That's wild. That's the coolest thing. When you're like, I think I've only been, yes, I think I've like only been the only person at a theater like once. But the nice thing is, yeah, you can cheer, you can woo, you can talk back to the characters, you can do whatever. And it's one thing if you're in your house on that screen, but it's another when you're in the theater. It's a whole other experience, and that was a wonderful time. Did it make me feel completely invested in the story taking place? Absolutely not. It pulled me right out of it. Sucked me right out of that. But it was a great time. And I think that's what's important. You might be a homeschooler if you go to the movies midweek in the afternoon. Oh yes, matinee pricing for days. There was a what we called the dollar theater. It was actually a $2 theater. That you know would play movies that had kind of already come out on DVD or something like that. Like they played them late, but that's always where we went, and that's where I saw The Martian with Andrew, which was amazing. Oh my gosh! And we talked the entire because we went and saw it together because we both really loved the book, and then we just talked about it the entire way home, and then just like sat in the driveway and talked. And that was a wonderful night. I miss Andrew, man. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, so every time I think of that movie, I think of that moment. And honestly, I haven't watched the movie since. Again, I probably should, but it's kind of attached to that really tender memory, and I kind of want to keep it that way. Like, I loved the movie, but I love that memory more, and yeah, I want to keep it that way. So yeah, sorry to get really sentimental there. We also, I think that's also where we saw the what was the first one? The Force Awakens. Yeah, because my family did something that we never do, and we all dressed up. And I wonder if I have photos of that. Because when did The Force Awakens 2015? I wonder if I have a photo of that. It would have been December 2015. Hold on. Let me see if I can find any photos. Because I'm sure we took photos. We must have. We didn't? Or at least I don't have access to them. No. You know what I'm seeing? You want to know what my 2015 photos look like? Like this. I just got a waterproof phone case. And was just taking full advantage of it, as you can see. Look at that hair. This is it. I think I posted this on Instagram. Quality photography right here. Look at that. Look at that. The old man comb over look I had going that I thought was so cool. Look at those pointy nipples. Yeah, this is it. This is Chris in 2015. Hope you enjoyed that. Throw back to the Andrew Kylo Ren on the second channel. Yes! Oh my gosh, that came up in my recommended. No, did it come up in my I just rewatched it. I don't actually remember why. But yeah. I was thinking today about how I miss hanging out with you and Andrew. Dude, me too. Me too. And we're gonna have to do it again. We're gonna have to do it again. Yeah, that's... Oh, that really sucks. I wonder if if I asked my dad if he still has access to those. Oh my gosh! You want a throwback? Wait. Oh shoot, wait. Oh shoot! I had it and I just accidentally clicked and lost it. Shoot! No, I guess we're not getting throwback. I'm so sorry. Oh no! Here, take this really cringy picture of me. There you are. Enjoy that with just the worst smile ever. This, I believe we took this because this was for, was that 2012? That it was like, I was the background character of this terrible, I say that, I haven't actually seen it, but I did once look up the reviews and they were not great. The like movie about the prodigal son and they needed a headshot and I sent in this. I think that's the backstory of this image. That I took it for that. You look worried. Yeah, I know. I thought that was a great picture. Do I know why I thought that was a great picture? No. Is it a great picture? No. You want to see another one I sent in? Oh, it's cringy. I was the king of looking like... Oop. Having such a punchable face. There we go. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this lad. Look at this boy. Look at that smile. That cocky, self-confident, I know everything. Dude, I used to be the most I know everything person ever. And it was really bad. I mean, the one upside is what led to me making videos public on YouTube. But boy, that's the only good thing about it. Look at that face. Doesn't that just scream arrogance? Tweet that picture with that caption. No! No! Oh, goodness gracious. My family's gonna watch the Pirates of the Caribbean movies again, but when I watched them, I was mostly by myself in my aunt's loft, and the trilogy is very emotional for me. Man, yeah, it's these incredibly tender memories. Was it, I think it was, what was that movie? Inside Out? Upside Down? Inside Out. Yeah, Inside Out. That touched on that, where it's like, mingling memories with the emotions of those memories. Yeah, it was Inside Out. Okay, good. I was like Inside Out or Upside Down or just Inside. No, that's a more modern movie. Oh my gosh! You want to see my first camera? Sorry, I forgot I had taken these pictures. And this is right after I bought this. Peep the horrendously ugly watermark right there. This is my first ever camera with my first ever lens. A Canon 20D with a 50mm f1.8 lens. And I brought this everywhere. I'm sure that I still have it back in my dad's house. It must be up in the attic or something. Man. I haven't seen this in so long. Yeah, but this photo was taken me and my new camera, November 15th, 2012. Okay, sorry. That was just a bit of nostalgia for me personally that probably held no nostalgia for you in the slightest. Yes, Inside Out, that's the origin of core memory, or at least what popularized the term. Dang. Cassidy didn't like Inside Out, and you know what? That's great. That's fine. So, like, that's yeah, you don't have to like things that other people like. And quite frankly, that's something I'm still trying to get in my head. Because, like, I mean, on TikTok, there's this... Cassidy. Oh, goodness. I really like the band AJR. Okay, I know that a lot of people don't. I love them. And it's been kind of nice to see all the people talking about, like, how mid their music is and just be like, yeah, I don't care. I like them. It brings me joy, and that's all I can ask for. I read a book about the neurological impacts of trauma, and as the author describes how the brain functions, I thought about Inside Out. Dang, that's cool. Yeah, what's the word? Not consolidated, consolated. They talked with a lot of psychiatrists, I believe, to make that, which is awesome. Also, thank you, AJ. Consulted. Yes, that is the word, consulted. Thank you. But thank you. I really have tried to organize my my vault, as I call it. And so thank you for that. That really makes me happy. Way Less Sad by AJR, borrowed from the song My Little Town by Simon and Garfunkel. Huh, I haven't heard that. I haven't listened to nearly as much of that style of music as I think I should, because my father loved it, and so I listened to, like, Mumford & Sons a lot growing up. I didn't know that they were Mumford & Sons, fun fact. I just knew the songs, but not anything about them. And so one day it came on, and I was like, oh, this is the song Mumford & Sons, because I always heard that term. And then it turns out one of the guys is, like, not a great person, so... AJR also samples Bach in Good Part. Really? La, la, la. I know that some people think it's overplayed, but I really like World's Smallest Violin. That's like my go-to. You know why I like AJR music? It's... Oh, Hannah, don't get me started. I can go off. Okay, I'll start very basic. Very basic. Naming conventions. Goodbye IMG_3425. Gone. Every image should be batch renamed, which you can do that really easily with some terminal commands, to a specific format. A specific format, I say. Here, let me illustrate this format. You have, this is ISO standard. You start with year, upper dash, month, upper dash. Whoops.
Sorry, could you say that again?
No thank you. Sorry, pretend that month, uppercase dash, pretend that that's a D. DD. And then, hold up, hear me out, lower dash, and then 24-hour time. So, like, hour, upper dash, minute, upper dash, second, lower dash, if you want. This is usually where I stop, and I just .jpeg. But if there's more information that you want to add, like an event name, or a location or something. Did I just join a Zoom class? Because, you know why you do this? Because not every computer, like, okay, no matter what, every computer will be able to organize your images exactly perfectly by date in this way. Because all it is numbers. And then, it also really helps you. There are so many images that were taken on film cameras from my childhood that I'm like, I love this. I don't know when this was taken. I can't tell the year it was taken. This, I know it down to the second. So that's that. That's like step one. And there's like, you can make up a batch script where you just like have a whole dump of photos and videos, and you can run through and create folders based on the year, and then rename all of the files to this format, which is pretty easy to do because it just reads the EXIF data and renames it to this, and then automatically sort if file name begins with 2016, move it into the 2016 folder. So yeah, just rip up a batch script for that, and then that's most of it taken care of. Then you can go through and start manually location tagging or face tagging. Honestly, I use Apple, the iCloud for that, but also in order to get it, because I have a Raspberry Pi that's running as a NAS server essentially, and so what I can do is, let me see, let me not show my location. There we go. So then I also have this app that's called PhotoSync, and it allows me to copy every photo in my photo stream on my phone to an SMB server, which again, I have the Raspberry Pi as one in my closet. What is a NAS server? It's basically like, you know when you hook up a hard drive to your computer? It's that, but it's a hard drive hooked up to your Wi-Fi network. So you can access it. You don't need to plug anything in. It works over the Wi-Fi. And if you can VPN in, if you can, like, when you're out and about, if you can get into your home Wi-Fi, then you can back up your photos and videos when you're not home. And so I'm going to use that a lot in some upcoming travels. So then you can also, so that's how I have my vault organized. Then we got to talk backups. Backups. And I'm speaking from experience because I don't have any photos from or I technically have some photos, but not nearly what I remember having from like 2012 to 2013, maybe 14. And that is because they were all on this hard drive that I was carrying down the stairs and I tripped. And because of that, that was around the time that I just like was becoming a teenager. I was going through just a lot of life events, and I would love to be able to look at that time of my life objectively. And I can't do that because I did not have a backup. So I have the original in my closet. That actually, it's on an SSD for speed, but then that also gets copied over once a month to a physical spinning platter hard drive that is also attached to the same physical NAS. So that's like backup one. That really doesn't do much, except if one of the hard drive goes down, I have another. It's a form of RAID. It's not RAID in the slightest. Don't get me wrong. So then I have physical backups. Oh no, then I have it synced to another hard drive that's in another section of the house in case something happens to my room. Then, of course, you got online backups. I guess it's okay to say what I use. I use Backblaze, so I have like an online copy in case there's a fire or an earthquake and this place goes down. Speaking of which, though, I also have a tiny portable copy that gets synced about once every few months And you'll notice that, okay, this is starting to get a bit obsessive, but I'm terrified of ransomware. And so I think, like, if you have backups from months ago, you're going to miss out on the last 6 months of photos, but you will have every photo before then, and it won't be locked up. So I have a tiny little hard drive that I keep by my bed, so in case I'm woken up in the middle of the night to the smell of smoke, I can just grab it and not have to worry. Admittedly, that's what the online backups are for, but I like to have like an extra just with me, on me, and also because so I don't have to pay. I'm so sorry if this is so boring to you, but I'm really passionate. At my workplace, I have a hard drive that every day that I go into work, I sync it with this. So I have a backup at work. Pardon me. I'm thinking, next time that I go to, I'll just say it, next time I go to see Susan, I'll bring a hard drive that I'll leave there. Like, this is a bit overkill, admittedly. But this means a lot to me. And so that is backups. But of course, you also have to maintain your backups. It's not enough to just do it once. I mean, it's better than nothing. But also, if, God forbid, the terrible thing happens, and you're like, oh shoot, I have no photos from the past year and a half because... Anyway. Sorry, that's... way more information than you asked for. But if you just like... So, Hannah, to answer your question, if you can... The only manual... Well, you could probably write a... Okay, this starts to get a bit complicated. But you could probably write like a for loop where you start at like 1950 and then like, you know, I equals 0 for I equals less than 100, I plus 1 or plus, and then like make a new folder in your hard drive and label it starting with 1950, 1951, 1952, 1953, etc. Then go into your photos. Have all your photos in one folder, with just to help with organization. And then you can, I use like EXIF tool on Mac. I'm sure there's Windows, and there's definitely Linux programs for this. It will read the EXIF data and rename the file. So it's going to take a hot minute if you have like 48,000 images, but eventually it'll do it all, unless there's no EXIF data to read from, in which case it just kind of skips that one. Then you just have the move command with different filters. So you could even run it as a for loop in and of itself. That's a bit too complicated though. You could also just run it down. You could say like file or like move, 2011 dash asterisk, which will say any photo that starts with the numbers 2011, which remember are all images now that they're renamed that were taken in 2011. They get moved and sorted into the correct folder automatically. You don't have to do anything. It's all taken care for you. And it's not interactive, which sounds bad, but it means that if like everything is done right, you can start this and then go to bed. And then get up the next morning, go to work. Come back, it's all done. It's all taken care of for you. This is what I was doing in 2020 when the house flooded and I was alone by myself like all day, every day in my bedroom. This all comes back to one single question. Yes, I'm sorry, it was way too much. I'm sure Hannah did not care that much at all. But that is that. My pet peeve is how hard it is to get iPhone photos onto a hard drive. Honestly. No, I'm so with you there. And like, this app works for me really well because the specific way that I've set up with an SMB share. But if something happens to this app, if it stops being developed, if Apple pulls it from the App Store, I'm kind of SOL. I mean, I can get around it, you know, because it's like in the Apple Photos app, you can export images to a file, to a folder. So like at the end of the year, I could export all the images into one folder, but that would take so long. And it's not automatic. Like, the nice thing about scripts is that you can automate them. I have all of the backups that I say, except the ones I have to physically plug in. It all happens automatically. I don't have to think about it, which means that I don't think about it. Like, the other day I was like, oh shoot, I haven't backed up my photos in so long. Oh, I have. Oh, nice. Is this a TED Talk? Oh my gosh, Cassidy. Yeah, so that is another thing that I'm really jealous of Android of, is like the built-in file system. It makes it super, super convenient. So, did you hear that, Susan? Thank you, Hannah. I really appreciate that. So yeah, that was my Chris fact, apparently. And now it is time for... We just got a Cass fact. We just got a Cass fact. We just got a Cass fact. Wonder what it is. Sorry, I'm still really happy about that video. And I know it's not the final one, but... Invented in the 1800s, candy corn was first known as chicken feed. I don't like that fact. What? But it was like, was it still marketed as candy, or was it actually chicken feed? I hope it wasn't actually chicken feed. It's too delicious. That is another thing. A hill I will die on. I can't have too much of it at once. But I love me some candy corn. Candy corn and kettle corn. My loves in life, truly. Oh, because they fed chickens corn kernels. It makes sense. I get it. Candy corn is a much better name, though. Not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, Hannah. Holton is a master of D&D. Don't let his oh my gosh, what's the word? Modesty. Chris, I know what you're thinking. Don't do it. Fool you. Holton is a D&D master, and he's so good at it. And he taught me how to play. So yeah. Oh, and also the Christery fact. Richmond is the third capital of Virginia. Really? First was Jamestown, second was Williamsburg. Huh. I did not know that. Well, there you are. There's your Christery fact of the night. What's your opinion on those candy pumpkins? Are you talking about the ones that are like made of the same stuff as candy corn? In which case, I love those even more than candy corn. Because sure, I get that some people find candy corn waxy. I don't get that at all with the pumpkins. It is a ball of pure sugar. And it's amazing. My dentist screams every time I take a bite. But it's so worth it. So yes, I have the sweet tooth of a child, and I don't care. Yeah, the pumpkins always slap. They really do. Dentist ASMR. That'd be just like a bunch of crunching. That'd be like a bunch of people biting ice. Honestly, I bet that exists on YouTube. I don't know if I want to look it up. I kind of want to look it up. I won't share my screen to spare you. But if it's... Oh, I'm just going to ruin my own YouTube algorithm for you. Oh. Oh, yep, I can't show that. Oh my gosh, you can't have... Okay. I don't want to like tease you, so I'll just tell you what it was, but it was like a simulation of a dentist going at some teeth, but there was a lot of blood coming from the teeth. And I thought you can't have that on a thumbnail. Yeah, that was just unpleasant. I'm sad now. Every year around Thanksgiving when my siblings and I were growing up, we made these candy turkeys with Rice Krispie treats, Oreos, and candy corn. Oh, good memories there. That's wonderful. That's so wholesome. I love that. Thank you for changing the subject, because I immediately regret even divulging that bit of information. I'm sorry, Chris. Was that a bit of... You suffered so we don't have to. Okay. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we're gonna move on from that. We're gonna move on right now. So yeah, I probably should start wrapping this up, but I had a really good week, and I'm glad that you did too. And thank you so much just for letting me share all of this. And also show up with my really wrinkly shirt. We are embracing wrinkles. This is I own an iron, okay? But I was wearing my work uniform. Or not uniform, but like work clothes right before this. But it has the logo of where I work on it. And again, not that I don't trust you. I don't trust the people watching this after the fact, who I don't know. Oh, good night, Alton. So I threw this on after it had been stuffed in my bag. So we're just embracing wrinkles. Well, if you want another happy thought, you can just imagine Eliana dancing because she just learned how. Oh, that is the purest thing I've ever heard. Oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you for sharing. Please, please, would you mind videoing it and sending it to me if that's okay? I just really want to see. That's so pure. Oh, and Cassidy made funfetti cupcakes this weekend. Nice! Love that. Love that, love that, love that. Pardon me. So yeah, I'll see you next week. Apologies for all the burps tonight. The diddly burp, it's back. But I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of your week. And I hope that you end up with a really funny but fun and wholesome story. And maybe another memory that you'll hold on to the rest of your life in a positive way. So in the meantime, remember, stay flushed, stay positive, stay sitive, stay classy, stay awkward, stay yogurted. I don't know what that means. Stay howdied. Yes, I cannot forget that. And most importantly, you cannot forget to stay wiped. Bidets, baby! Stay thanky. I can't with you!